Saturday, November 9th, West Virginia Championship Wrestling returns to Princeton, West Virginia with another huge television taping. Come out and see all the stars of West Virginia Championship Wrestling, including a special, non-televised, anything goes, no-holds-barred match between Hojo and J.C. Dykes Jr. Saturday night, November 9th, Princeton Rec Center. Be there.
And Tony, here we go with some action as we've got Jake Jacobs in the ring going against Connor Long.
Connor Long, one of Nerdy 30's favorites, Jeff.
Absolutely. And it looks like Jake Jacobs early on is going to take it to him with that headlock into a hip takeover. Got him in the headlock.
I'm actually excited to be back here, Jeff. We're here at Princeton Rec Center tonight with a really good crowd, a good turnout, and some exciting wrestling starting off with these two gentlemen tonight.
Absolutely. The WVCW Nation just packing into the WVCW arena. And Connor Long escaping that with the head scissors. I'm not sure if you saw that or not. And
it looks like a series of elbows to the face of Jake Jacobs. And kicks now. A barrage. He's unleashing a barrage on a Jake
some
Jacobs.
Of that nerd foo, as we like to call it.
Big body splash into the corner.
Yes. Jake Jacobs maybe thinking twice about accepting this match with Connor Long.
Now, what do those kicks do to the wrestler, Jeff?
Well, that one has put Jake Jacobs on the ground.
That one did, yes.
But the ones before, what those will do is actually weaken those hamstrings in the back. And with every one of those, it's just it's an added effect, a cumulative effect. And any leg hold that you would go for later in the match, it's going to wear down and it's going to make it a lot more effective.
I noticed it looked like when he got up that he had a slight limp. And so maybe that's already taking an effect. But he actually a big takedown right there for Jake Jacobs.
And you know, oddly enough, it looks to me like Jake Jacobs is trying to keep this thing on the ground. Maybe he doesn't want to go to trade strikes with Connor Long.
Well, that may be wise with Connor Long because he likes to, so to speak, bring the pain.
And he elbows his way out of that one. Big Irish whip. Misses the clothesline. Oh, wow.
That was a quick move.
I guess the Jake.
2 count. He kicks out at a 2 count, though.
That was an ace crusher-like maneuver. He goes right back to that headlock, Tony. He's working that.
I'll tell you, look at that. Very, very veteran move. Going for the foot on the rope. He did break the hold, but Jake Jacobs took full advantage of that 5 count. Yeah, he's kind of staring down over Connor Long right now. Kind of taunting Connor, actually, telling Connor to come on.
And, well, I can tell you from experience that, you don't want to taunt a man like that.
Big drop kick.
Sends
Connor down to the mat once again. He's got the leg hook. 2 count. Again, he kicked out at a 2 count.
And he goes right back to that headlock, Tony. He just keeps working that.
Well, that's what you got to do on an opponent like Connor. I mean, he's tough. He's tenacious. He wants to actually mix it up with you. You want to keep him down and keep him off his game.
But you got to notice that Connor keeps working his way back up every time he gets him down. Irish whip.
Oh! The Hadoken right there.
Nails him with the Hadoken, yes.
One of his signature moves.
It looks like he's going for a sharpshooter, a scorpion.
He's got him turned over, Jeff. He's got him turned over.
Oh,
he's leaning back. He's putting all of his weight into this one. He's got all of his weight in the referee, though. Andrew Gibson saying no. He's not ready to give up.
Oh, and he drags him to the center of the ring.
If he can keep him in the center, Jeff, that might be all that it spells for Jake Jacobs right now. He's stretching him. He's still stretching. Oh, Jake. He actually broke the hold. Connor's over in the corner. Taking a quick
but that
breath.
took its effect. Jake Jacobs is not the same Jake Jacobs he started this match as, I guarantee you. Oh! Vertical suplex. And, man, Jake Jacobs holding his head. It seems like he may have snapped his head on the canvas there.
Kicks out at a 2 count again. I thought that could have been it. Both these men have actually taken some punishment here early on in this match. Jake Jacobs fighting back. He's got Connor back down on his knees on the mat.
I think that's one of those things where he realized that he was on the ropes and he needed to flurry up. Oh, that's a very lackadaisical pin.
It was.
You're not going to pin Connor Long like that.
No, you're not. But, Connor actually with a rope break to get back out of that hold.
Well, I think we've realized over the months watching Jake Jacobs, he's a very egotistical guy, and he probably thought he could do it. Oh,
big chop! You could hear that all the way in the rafters here, Jeff.
What's this? Oh, he misses the big chop. Oh, Connor was ready with that
big DDT.
Oh, that DDT was crushing.
Connor's going for the pin.
Oh, Jacobs kicks out.
Kicks out at a 2 count. How can he take that much punishment and still kick out of that DDT, Jeff?
That's the thing you got to realize. As much as we think that he's maybe egotistical, maybe a little flamboyant, it's obvious that Jake Jacobs is actually a very tough customer.
He's proven that, and you're right. He's actually proven that every time he gets in the ring. But right now he's actually showing he belongs in there with Connor Long.
Connor Long just wrenching back on that. And I
That
got to wonder.
rope break again. Very smart. He got his foot out on the rope to break that hold.
Connor getting the crowd involved now. And we got to notice that Connor got the full mustache. That's always the thing. That Connor seems to be more powered up when he's got. Oh no.
He's got him balled up, a 2 count.
And that
It's a
was
3
it.
count. Jake Jacobs pulls off, Jeff, the win against Connor Long. And that's a little unnecessary. An extra stomp there. But, the winner, Jake Jacobs.
Appalachia Paranormal presents a public investigation of the Green Valley Volunteer Fire Department on Saturday, October 26th at 7 p.m. Who knows what mysteries lurk in the old firehouse? Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. For more event information, look for us on Facebook at facebook.com/Appalachia Paranormal. You gotta be there to be scared.
And the pressure is being applied. Look at the expression on this man's face. Truly the wild man of professional wrestling, the wild man from Syria, the Sheik. And I think it's all over. The referee is trying to break this up. He's trying to...
JDAT Sports presents IWA Pro Wrestling Best of the 70s Volume 1, available at www.vcientertainment.com or by calling 800-331-4077. Over 3 hours of wrestling action starring Dominic DeNucci, Ox Baker, Dick the Bruiser, The Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, Ivan Koloff, The Sheik, Mighty Igor, Mil Mascaras, plus a one-time main event, Jerry Lawler vs. Bobo Brazil. 20 great matches for $14.99. Call now at 800-331-4077 or www.vcientertainment.com.
He looks like he has Jerry bleeding. And the crowd on their feet.
Hello again, pro wrestling fans all around the world. I have Mr. Number One, George South, and in case you don't know, he has a new book out.
You know something, Eric? This is the second greatest book that's ever been written. You know it, and I know it, and all these great fans here know it. You know, this book has been all over the world. It's only been out for about 6 months, and my dream is to get this book on everybody's coffee table all over the world, and we're about to do that, buddy.
Well, as soon as we do that, then everybody needs to go check out your YouTube show.
You know something? We're going all over the world. You know, George South TV, right there on highspots.com. It is probably the greatest TV show in the whole wide world, folks. The longest running internet show that's ever been. And, folks, we want everybody to tune in. We just have a great time, man. Make fun of a lot of people, including ourselves, and we talk about a great book.
Yeah, there you hear it from Mr. Number One, George South. Get the book, watch the show, and enjoy him at your local wrestling event.
Winter is here again, oh Lord.
Here we go. West Virginia Championship Wrestling is on the air as we have match number 2 in our Best of 7 series as Kurt Taylor is taking on Daniel Halen. Kurt Taylor coming out to the ring, of course, with members of Lavelle's network. Out here you see Mr. William Willie Lavelle, J.C. Dykes Jr., and Chris Keffer. Joining me here at the table, none other than the gentleman that you can hear later this evening on the Nerdy 30 podcast, but 2 members of the Nerdy 30.
Thank you for having us, Eric.
Yeah, pleasure to be back. And I'm excited to see match number 2 in this Best of 7 series right now.
Yeah, real quick, fans, let me let me update everybody on the Best of 7 series. Of course, it is the first one to win the most matches in a section of series of 7 matches. And let me tell you that Kurt Taylor did win the first match. He is up 1-0. He won that match with his feet on the rope, as we see referee Andrew Gibson there with the break as Kurt Taylor gets onto the ropes. For sure, Daniel Halen definitely coming out here with a ball of fire, definitely looking into what he could do to one Kurt Taylor's. Kurt Taylor with some stiff kicks right there to the midsection and a big snap suplex there by Kurt Taylor. He needs to go for a cover here, but Daniel Halen was smart enough to roll right up, gets over the cover anyway. 1, 2, that was just a 1 count there by referee Andrew Gibson. Headlock takeover there by Kurt Taylor.
And after the recent events of what happened at recent shows, I don't know that ball of fire would be the best words to use right now with Lavelle at ringside.
That's definitely sure.
Now, are we calling it? Is it Lavelle's Army, Lavelle's Network? What is this?
It is Lavelle's Network.
Okay.
It's Willie's Network.
Willie's Network.
He doesn't like being called Willie.
Oh.
He hates being called Willie. So fans, if you ever come out to one of our WVCW shows, make sure you yell at him Willie. He does not like that he does not like that at all.
And I got to say, I've noticed that Daniel Halen has got Kurt Taylor stalling at ringside now, but it looks like he's going to dive out. Oh, my goodness gracious. And just like that, that's the kind of move that can change a whole match.
Sure can. Took out all of Willie's Nation there, or Network, or whatever.
Willie's Network was scattered like roaches on that one. Jeff, let me mention, too, and Eric, Halen is fighting not just Taylor, but the whole network right now.
Yeah, of course, when the first match happened, they were not out there. Kurt Taylor won with his feet on the ropes, as we see. What's Chris Kevin?
Guys, look at this feet
Oh!
of He deadlifted it from the ring apron into the ring.
What a suplex by Daniel Halen onto Kurt Taylor, definitely showing why this is the match of matches, and this is why it's a best of 7. Goes for the cover. 1, 2 count. I don't know how he kicked out after that. Wow.
That kind of damage from the top. Yeah, that was amazing. I don't know how he can top that.
I think you should say it again. Absolutely. And
I was just told I should take decaf.
And I think that the emotion you're showing is the same emotion these fans are showing, Eric, because they know that they're seeing the best wrestling in West Virginia today, bar none.
This is what you have to do in West Virginia Championship Wrestling. You have to pull out big moves like that so these fans can see it, and so people will get behind you, and so you can make your way up that ladder to become West Virginia Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, which is being held right now by Scotty Reigns. Can't leave out Scotty Reigns.
And a nice hangman's neck breaker there by Daniel Halen.
He got a 2 count again. The Taylor kicked out, Jeff.
I noticed that Lavelle is just stalking at ringside.
Hey, by the way, fans, I have it on good authority that we will be hearing from Scotty Reigns later. Of course, he has it. Whoa, what a big swinging DDT there. Wow. I'm getting interrupted every way we go. We will hear from Scotty Reigns later in this broadcast, see what he's been up to. We haven't seen him since the last title defense against George South at the camp event. So, many fans want to know where he's at, where he's been. A lot of controversy online, but he will be here later to talk about all that.
And I noticed that in the corner, going for a tornado DDT, Kurt Taylor nails that. And Daniel Halen showing the effects.
This could be it for Daniel Halen. No, 2 count there. 2 count.
And Jeff, a moment ago you were talking about these wrestlers and what kind of show they put on for the fans. And, I mean, they had the fans here on their feet. They expect this from these guys, and they just keep topping themselves every single time they come out. It's a better match, I believe.
Yeah, these two can only get better in this best of 7. This is only match number 2, guys. Thinks if it keeps going, what it's going to end up being.
I can't even imagine what match 7 will be like. Should it go to that?
If it goes to 7.
You're assuming that, but do you think it's going to go 7?
You know what? I mean, Kurt Taylor, if he gets this tonight, he'll be up 2-0.
That's true.
I mean, he'll only need 2 more wins.
Kurt Taylor. Oh.
What a move there. Right into a submission by Kurt Taylor onto Daniel Halen.
And he's just got him in that submission still. Daniel Halen looking to the crowd for support. And he's trying to roll out of it, and he does.
He actually got out, Jeff.
I think these guys are taking it all to the limit because they know that the next match won't be for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That is when the next match will be. So match number 3 will be in 3 weeks, fans. But right now we got to right now we got to see who's going to win match number 2. And for me right now, it's a toss-up.
I can't call it. I really can't call it.
I wouldn't want to call it. It's pretty even.
Technically, you're calling it.
Well, I can't call it even though I am calling it. You're right, Eric. You're right.
I am always right. That is one thing that people don't understand. They see Randy Hicks running out here as William Lavelle. They all think that I was the one doing all this stuff. He's the one that got me demoted. He's the one that did all this. He's the one from the top down has started all this stuff. And to be honest with you, the Outlaws aren't happy, but it started with me.
And Eric, I hate to interrupt, but it looks like there's some kind of shenanigans going on from
What is
Lavelle's
that?
network right
What is
now.
it he's reaching for in his boot? What is that Kurt Taylor's going for?
I think he just tucked something
Chris
down into his
Keffer
kick pad.
just handed something to him. Loaded the.
Oh, my
There's
goodness.
something in that kick pad right there. He goes for the cover. Referee ran 1, 2,
No.
3. Right there, Andrew Gibson calls for the bell. Winner of match number 2. It goes up 2-0 on Daniel Halen in this best of 7 series.
This great series of matches. It's called the Best of the 80s, Volume 1, from Southwest Championship Wrestling. Some of the best wrestling there ever was during the 80s. Some of the best wrestling ever.
Outlaw Revolution. You got lucky. You got really lucky. But luck is, how do you say, it swings both ways. You had your chance, you had your opportunity to finish us, but you didn't. So that means we got lucky. And the fact that we got lucky, just bad news for you.
Hojo, I've wrestled you up and down in the rec center. I've wrestled you in the streets of war. I don't know where we're going next, but this man's footing the bill. I'll see you wherever.
And we can't forget about our resident jackass, Daniel Halen. Buddy, best of 7 series, that's just prolonging the inevitable. I'm junior heavyweight champion. I will walk out junior heavyweight champion. I have the network. And what do you have? An outlaw? Maybe 2? A revolution? I'm sorry, friend. It doesn't work that way.
Suplex sadist, J.C. Dykes Jr., Tailor Made, Kurt Taylor, Cult Classic, Chris Keffer, and me, Mr. William Lavelle. We are the network, and we are bringing change.
Appalachia Paranormal will be giving a paranormal tour of downtown historic Hinton, West Virginia on Saturday, November 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. For more event information, visit facebook.com/Appalachia Paranormal. Appalachia Paranormal would like to wish you and your family a very safe and happy Halloween.
Hojo, I know this isn't for you, but I did mention Kurt Taylor somewhere down the road. I know I did. Do you think he likes chicken and gravy? Bananas? Or apples and blueberries? Nah, Kurt Taylor, I think you like sticking with nuts.
Freight Train,
there's
WrestleCade
a few
Idol.
things that just has to be. Emmett Smith playing for the Cardinals was not one, bless his heart.
Yes.
Okay, but Freight Train winning WrestleCade Idol, there's no other right. If that don't happen, there is no right in America. I'm just telling you right now.
It's
folks.
un-American.
It's un-American. So vote for Freight Train, our Freight Train, not the 22 and a half freight trains that are out there.
It's in parentheses, $5 wrestling. Freight
$5
Train.
wrestling Freight Train. There's only one of those, folks. Vote for him. We want him to win this thing. Folks, listen to me. I know how I am with booking fees and all this, but I don't get a dime. Listen, that is a shoot. That money, that goes right to Freight Train if he wins.
And anybody,
That's a shoot,
who's
boy.
listening to the Art of Wrestling that I have, see, I'm promoting a lot of things right here. Anybody who's listening to the Art of Wrestling, Freight Train, I put it out there, is a dishwasher. He makes $2 and like some odd cents an hour. So if you buy a picture from him for $5, that's 2 hours of washing dishes
That's
that
exactly
you've done
right.
for him. And that's how you people, as wrestling fans, affect his life. So imagine what that money and that opportunity would do for him. And that's what you're doing for him. You're doing something nice for someone else.
Bullet, that was very, I could hear Journey playing in the back. That was cool, what you just said, Bullet. It makes me want to go adopt a pet or something. I'm just telling you right now.
Saturday, November 9th, West Virginia Championship Wrestling returns to Princeton, West Virginia with another huge television taping. Come out and see all the stars of West Virginia Championship Wrestling, including a special, non-televised, anything goes, no holds barred match between Hojo and JC Dykes Jr. Saturday night, November 9th, Princeton Rec Center. Be there. Saturday, November 9th, West Virginia Championship Wrestling returns to Princeton, West Virginia with another huge television taping. Come out and see all the stars of West Virginia Championship Wrestling, including a special, non-televised, anything goes, no-holds-barred match between Hojo and J.C. Dykes Jr. Saturday night, November 9th, Princeton Rec Center. Be there.